Hello everyone, I just wanted to give you a quick update on the next tip I wanted to leave for you guys. So, quick recap on what it was like to apply for benefits for me. Food stamps and cash benefits were a little bit easier to get, although not terribly easy. They still required some doctor's notes and stuff like that, which took about a month and a half to get. But essentially what ends up happening is if you're trying to apply for state benefits or whatnot, and this is why it's so crucial you have at least 3 to 6 months worth of savings to rely on in case this happens. They require that you not only have your doctors say that this is going to be a long-term thing, but that they go into detail as to what the diagnosis is. And even then, before you get that detail, before you get the diagnosis in the long term, which is the doctors are going to be reluctant to give, you end up waiting about a month and a half for that process, and then you have to wait an additional month and a half to go and see a social worker in order to apply for long-term disability or anything that lasts more than 12 months. And even after that, it takes another 4 months of review by Social Security before they decide whether or not they're going to approve or decline you, and then you typically get declined the first time and you have to appeal. So I'm on the appeal process currently, but just a quick lowdown as to what happened. I got sick I think it was July 13th or 14th. I ended up getting approved for cash benefits, having the doctors fill out that it was going to be a long-term thing in September. And then after that, I was then qualified to actually go ahead and schedule an appointment with a social worker to get set up for long-term disability, state disability, federal disability. And that was a month and a half process just to wait for the appointment. So that's 3 months before I even get started, and then I have to wait another 4 months before I get approved or declined. Up to 4 months. Thankfully I got declined a little bit earlier, so I can do the appeal process and then get a lawyer, which is what the standard protocol is for this sort of thing. Again, not easy to get benefits, but the knowledge that you need to have when going into this is that you do need 3 months worth of savings at the very minimum just to live on. 6 months is more appropriate because it'll take that long for you to get approved for benefits at the very minimum. And then you go from there. So right now I meet with a lawyer on Monday in the morning to discuss how to expedite the process of getting care and benefits, stuff that I've already paid into. I mean, I did some math. I think if you average 7.5% on my end and another 7.5% on every job's end, or in the case of when I was self-employed, a full 15% on my end for taxes being taken out of my paycheck for disability and stuff like that. Over the course of the last 8 years, 9 years, about 9 years, I've put away about $43,000 into this it's supposed to be protection plan for me, and I might get some of that back. I'm probably going to get some of that back, but you should be aware that it'll take time for you to collect in the same fashion. So be prepared for that. Now, the other thing you want to be prepared for is something I hinted at and mentioned in the last video. You want to go ahead and make sure that you've got a family care lawyer, a family trust lawyer on speed dial who can set up a trust for the benefit of you, but managed by a friend or a family member or somebody you trust, or a third party. There are people who actually you can hire for this sort of thing. Because once you get sick, if you can roll your assets into that account, then they're no longer yours, and it expedites, again, the process of you having benefits. But it also limits the Fed and the state from being able to take your benefits away at any point. because you somehow have more in your savings than you should and now are no longer qualified, or you've earned one random paycheck which could be your tax refund and now you're no longer qualified, or whatever may happen. The things that are above my pay grade, really, but honestly, this is mostly a learn as I go, pass it on as it happens sort of thing. So those are some things for you to keep in mind, and just a quick tip on something you should have as a plan going into trying to claim disability. Anyway, love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let's see if that worked. And let me know what you think. Take care.